everyone, so today I'm back with another cushion review, but just before that, because today I'll be trying this really famous Korean brand, and I really don't want to butcher the brand name because I've been trying to figure out how to pronounce it for the longest time. I'll be doing a side-by-side cushion comparison on TROIAREUKE, the H+ and A+ skincare cushions, which everyone knows in the Korean industry, or at least people who really love Korean makeup, that these cushions are known to be mainly skincare, 99% skincare, 1% makeup. So I'm really looking forward to using these two. The first one that came out was the H+ cushion, and the new one that came out is the A+ cushion. So it's kind of like, you know, a development from this to this. They both only come in one shade, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I've heard super good things about it, so I'm hoping that I match these two. But if not, then I don't mind looking a little bit lighter. But that being said, as you can see, my skin is a little bit dewy, a little bit sheeny. That's because I tried the sister brand, or at least the main brand of this skincare line, which is TROIAREUKE. I think I'll just put in the names here as I flash it. I really do not want to butcher it, but you know, I can't pronounce it like the locals do. So in any case, these two cushions are from a sister brand from TROIAREUKE, and TROIAREUKE is the cushion line, as well as skincare line. I've basically just tried their very famous GPS mask W2 Beauty sent to me. So yeah, basically I'll be just talking through how I applied it in order to achieve this really dewy and prepped base. I feel like my skin at this point is looking really moisturized and very plumped. Also, the whole experience about applying the 3-step GPS mask was really fun, and it's something that, you know, I'm actually quite happy that I did before doing this cushion review, just because I feel like any makeup that sits on top is going to glide and it's going to look really good. So yeah, just showing you what the GPS mask looks like. So why is it called a GPS mask? It's basically due to its power to create a channel that drives moisture and cell protection wherever the skin needs. It's exactly the same as just basically your intensive moisture regime, however you do it, but this is just everything you need in a standard package. As you can see here, the TROIAREUKE Biocellular GPS mask, it comes with 3 steps. The first step is a cleanser, the second step is the GPS mask, and the third step is the cream. So for the first step, I just apply it onto the face. I wait until there's a few amounts of bubbles that start to form on the surface. I massage it softly into my skin and I rinse it off with warm water. So this is a really just simple step where you just use your any old cleanser. It basically claims to actually be able to remove makeup as well. So this is a great mask for after makeup, or even at the end of the day, or in the morning as well, depending. Step 2, I then place the mask according to the face shape and leave it on for 20 to 30 minutes. Absorb the remaining essence onto the skin once you remove it after that time. And basically I spend a bit of time rubbing in the essence so that it actually sinks into the skin. I use the warmth of my hands to just go in circular motions around my face so that everything is just effectively absorbed into my face. And yeah, I basically go into the T-zone area and also anywhere that I have enlarged pores. So step 3, I apply the cream onto the face, and similarly I just rub it in circular motions and absorb it into the skin. And this has ambulant and porcelain that can be used to boost skin effect. The GPS mask is like a second skin, very similar to, it has a super high density of the mask and skin contact. Having gone through that, this is how my face looks. It looks really dewy and it feels really good. I must say my skin isn't behaving very well, but I feel like my skin and all the dry patches has been effectively moisturized, and also I feel like this moisture is gonna stick with me throughout the day. So yes, moving on to the cushion review, and so going over to TROIAREUKE, the H and A+ cushion. This is how it looks like in the packaging. On my right side, I'm going to be trying the H+ cushion. This is how the compact looks like. It's a metallic top with a white top, a white base, as well as a general, you know, sized mirror inside. The puff it comes with is, you know, it's really actually quite thick, and it feels really smooth, which I like. And yeah, I'm just going to open it. So on my right side, I'm going to be using the H+ cushion first. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's super white and fair. But let's just look past that, because as I mentioned, it only has one shade range, and I'm sure if I put a bit of bronzer, at least I can save it a little bit, but it's drastically different from the other side. But what I can say, it's a very moisturizing cushion. It's actually quite high in coverage. I did not expect it to be such a high coverage cushion. Super dewy on the skin, and it also looks really dewy, so this is a great one for people with really dry skin. For me, I'll definitely have to set this with powder, but yeah, it's super high coverage and it feels like I'm not compromising on anything by using a cushion that is predominantly skincare ingredients. It feels really good on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing too much, even though the shade, it doesn't match me exactly, but I find that the way it looks up close actually doesn't feel like makeup. It actually feels like sunscreen. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about the H Plus cushion at this point. You would have seen certain claims on the screen, and most of the claims, basically I would have to try it for a prolonged period in order to see its impacts. So this whole week I'll be trying these two cushions in combination, or just, you know, one or the other, and I'll update the description box as and when I see noticeable difference. But moving on to the A Plus cushion, because I'm looking really crazy right now. So likewise, it's a standard cushion, and you have to sort of pump the product to the surface. And yeah, I'm just gonna go over on the other side. I'm hoping this is a shade darker, but oh yeah, it looks a little bit darker, but yeah, it basically only has one shade as well. Okay, so this is how the A Plus cushion looks like, and it's a lot more ashy and a little bit more darker than this side. As you can see, there's a little bit of a difference. I feel like this one is more suited to my skin tone, but obviously it's still not there. It's not my shade range. But yeah, let's just try to think of it as a, you know, a cultural norm in Korea. People really do like that whitening kind of a skin complexion, but I'm looking at the product objectively based on coverage. So as you can see, it's also pretty high coverage. It also managed to discolor, or, you know, color correct a lot of my problematic areas, and I feel like it's still proving to be something that is really high coverage despite being mainly skincare ingredients. The shade is really throwing me off, but I'll give you my consolidated thoughts once I apply my makeup and see how this sets. So you guys definitely see the whole load of shine that's going on. So when I do reach that point where I'm going to be powder setting, then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I just did really simple makeup. I have a really nice liquid lipstick on, and it's my favorite color from Kat Von D. It's called Bow and Arrow. It's super nice, and it's really like muted yet grey, and it's just a wearable grey that doesn't look like it's too dead looking. It has a little bit of brown, a little bit of colour to it. So in any case, talking about the cushions, this is the H Plus and this is the A Plus without any setting powder. So I primarily used a lot of cream products so that I can show you the translucent powder setting that I'll be doing in a bit. With its coverage and its finish at the moment, I am actually pretty comfortable with it. With the lighting, it actually makes me look a lot more dewy, so do take note that this might be how it looks like, or in terms of being in daylight, because the sunlight will make your skin look a little bit more dewy as well. But you know, when I turned off the lights, it actually looked pretty decent. It doesn't look like I'm too greasy, and I feel like I just feel really radiant and very put together. I'm just going to show you how it looks like with a little bit of powder. So this is how it looks like before. So I just really applied a very small amount of powder just so that I can take down the excessive shine but just look a little more radiant. So you can see there's still a little bit of glow or sheen going on my skin, but it's just not looking as dewy as it did. So yes, I'm really pleased, and basically just off like physical attributes and also just what I see on first application, I think the H Plus is really comforting on the skin. It feels like it just immediately. The skincare properties definitely show in a way that is super moisturizing, and it just perks up the skin really well. I feel like a lot of the textural issues that I had and a little bit of fine line issues was not prominent at all. It actually feels like it glided upon them really seamlessly, and it just proves to be something that sits really naturally and very just it's just super comfortable on the skin. I have no other way of describing it. As for the A+, I think physically wise, it has a deeper undertone. You can see this side's a lot more white, this side's a little bit more tan. Yeah, the A+ cushion is definitely slightly darker. If you're someone that struggled with how white the H+ looked like, this is a lot better. But both are truly something. I mean, it's not something that I'm used to. Basically, it's weird for it to only come in one color, and also it's just super moisturizing, and I feel like people with severely dry skin will benefit from these really well. Skin looks really presentable and I feel super good. I mean, I feel like my skin has never looked better. So yes, not much else to say. I will do a quick check-in at night, which I generally don't do for my side-by-side reviews, but for this cushion's sake I will, because it's a little bit pricey, but it's still super good if you want to take care of your skin while wearing makeup. So not much else to say, and I'll check back in at the end of the day. Alright, so I'm back from a pretty long day, and basically all I have to say about these cushions is basically how it lasts throughout the day. It's about like 7 going 8 p.m. and I think that it's looking really good. I mean, when you saw that little bit of setting powder I did before I left the house, it looked pretty wearable and it wasn't super dewy. It was just taken down a little bit, but now you can see a lot of my oils have actually surfaced, and especially my T-zone. But how it looks, actually, I don't mind, and I feel like it just looks really skin-like and it feels really fresh on the skin. Yeah, these cushions are super moisturizing, and it's just really something that you should consider if you are one that just wants something as a full coverage type base, but it's really healthy and really good for your skin rather than always piling on all those chemical based substances. So yeah, this is one of those really rare finds, I guess, where it is really good in ingredients, a lot of skincare ingredients, and it still performs like a really good full coverage foundation cushion. And yeah, I have not much else to say about it. I just think that it's a wonder how it still is so high coverage despite it being just solely skincare. So yeah, not much else to add at this point. And if you guys enjoyed this side-by-side H+, A+ cushion review, then do give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe it, share it with your family and friends, or anyone who's actually interested in this line, or if you're interested in Korean cushions in general, and this would be something that you will want to share with your friends as well. So yes, I have not much else to say, and if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!